Very good morning, dear students. This video is for class 10 subject science chapter number 5 periodic classification of elements, and this is lecture number 1. So today we are going to start with a new chapter, and in this lecture we will see the classification of elements, that how they are arranged and they are placed in the periodic table. But let me give you an overview of the complete chapter, that what are the various topics or what is the content that we are going to study in this chapter. So the contents of this lecture are: first, we will have the overview of the chapter. Then we will start with the first topic, that is classification of elements, and under which we will study the researches of two different scientists, that is Daubernier's triad and Newland's law of octave. And at the end of the lecture we will see the homework. So when we talk about the periodic classification of elements, first we have the introduction in the chapter, that why there is a need to classify the elements or to place them in a particular place in a periodic table. Then the classification of elements, under which we will see the experiments or the researches done by the different scientists. The first one is Daubernier's triad and second is Newland's law of octave. So these two are the scientists who played a major role in the classification of elements. Although they failed, but they formed a basis for the further studies of periodic classification of elements. The third topic that we will study in the lecture is chapter is Mendeleev's periodic table. And while doing this topic, we will also see the achievements done by Mendeleev and the limitations which were there in the Mendeleev's periodic table. Then after all these achievements, all these researches done, trials done on the classification of elements, we will study the modern periodic table. The periodic table that we have nowadays, how it came in role. Then we will study about the position of elements in the periodic table. And at the end of the chapter, we will study the trends in the modern periodic table. Trends means how some of the properties or characteristics of a particular element, they changes when we go in a period or when we go in a group. So all these things we will be seeing in the chapter. Now start with the introduction first. In the introduction part, we have that elements are the pure substances made up of one type of atoms. But earlier only a few number of elements were known, so it was easy to remember their properties. So it was easy to arrange them or just to learn them according to their properties. But now we have 118 elements in total. This huge number is really difficult to remember by their properties. And among these 180 elements, we have 94 elements which are naturally occurring, and the rest of the elements are synthesized in the laboratories. So as the number of elements they raised, it became difficult to remember the property of each element, and that is why the need to classify the elements was felt. So why the elements are classified? To study them properly. So this classification of elements led the formation of periodic table that we have now. But before forming this modern periodic table, many of the scientists, they have given the trials in this particular field. So periodic table. What is periodic table? We can define it as: periodic table can be defined as the arrangement of all the known elements according to their properties in such a way that the elements to the similar properties are grouped together in a tabular form. So this way you can define a periodic table, that in a periodic table all the elements which are having similar properties are grouped in a table, or they are grouped together in the tabular form. Lavoisier was the first scientist who tried or made the first attempt to classify the elements. He classified the total elements into metals and non-metals. But later, some more elements possessed properties which could be classified as neither metals nor non-metals, and they were called as metalloids. And Lavoisier failed in his attempt. Then another scientist called Debrunier, he gave a trial and he said that all the elements are made up of atoms, and all the atoms of a particular element, they have a characteristic mass. So he worked on the characteristic mass of the atoms and he gave a basic law, and according to him, when the elements are arranged in the order of increasing atomic mass, the atomic mass of the middle element is nearly equal to the average mass of other two, and its properties are intermediate between those of the other two. And he gave the triodes. Triodes means a group of three or triplet. So he gave the following triplets or triodes, in which each triode is having three elements. You can see here, according to him, when these elements were placed according to their increasing mass, and when the average of the first and the third is taken, then the average mass of these two comes equal to or nearly equal to the atomic mass of the second element in the triode. So here you can see in the first triode we have lithium, sodium and potassium. Lithium having atomic mass 7, where potassium is having a mass of 39. So when we take an average, it is coming out to be 23, which is equal to 23, which is the atomic mass of sodium. In the second triode we have calcium, bromine and iodine, and their masses are 35, 80, 127 respectively. When we take an average of first and third, it comes out to be 81, that is nearly equal to 80. Then in the third triode we have calcium, strontium and barium. So when we take an average of these first and third, it comes out to be 88.5, which is nearly equal to the atomic mass of strontium. So he grouped three elements in each triode, and according to him, the law was fulfilled. But there were shortcomings too in his discovery, that this law was applicable only on a limited number of elements. That we have seen that we have only 3 elements in each triode, so we have 3 triodes only. So only few, that is 9 elements are only classified with the help of this theory. And it was possible that quite dissimilar elements could be grouped. A large number of similar elements could not be grouped into triodes. For example, iron, manganese, nickel, cobalt, zinc, copper. They all were having almost similar properties, but still they were not grouped in the triodes. So these were the shortcomings of Deburnier's law, triodes. Now, as there were shortcomings in Deburnier's triode, another scientist came and he worked on the same atomic masses, but he saw it in the different way but took the base from here. And let us see what he did. Another scientist, John Alexander Reina Newlands, called Newland, he shown similar physical and properties of elements, and he studied different physical and chemical properties of elements having the masses in the increasing order. And after studying, he gave a law, and that law is called Newland's law of octaves. Octave means a group of 8. So according to this law, when elements are placed in the increasing order of their masses, the properties of the 8th element are repeated, or every 8th element had the properties similar to the first element. He also compared this theory with the musical symbols that are sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, sa. So here we can see the first word is sa, and again it is coming at the 8th place, and again the same sequence is repeated. So he also said that same thing happens in case of elements. Every 8th element repeats the properties of the first element. So this way he gave a table. Here you can see that in octaves table we have 7 elements this way, and we also have 8 elements in this way. But I have shown only 3 rows of the table here, because as we go further in the sequence, the law is not applicable. So let us see what happens. You can see helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. So after oxygen, fluorine comes, and fluorine is having similar chemical and physical properties as hydrogen is having. Sorry, this was hydrogen only. So accordingly, in all the rows, first, second, third, we have the same property which is getting repeated, that hydrogen is the first element, oxygen is the 7th element, and fluorine, which is the 8th one, will repeat the same properties or will behave or show the same physical and chemical properties as hydrogen. The same happens with the chlorine, which is the 17th element, which will come at the 8th position from fluorine. So the element shows the similar properties. Here the chlorine is showing the similar physical and chemical properties as fluorine and hydrogen. So that is why they are falling under the hydrogen only. And same happens with other elements in the sequence. Although this law was applicable up to 20 or 30 elements, but as we go higher, that means the elements which are having higher atomic masses, this law failed. So there are some shortcomings, or you can say limitations of Newland's octave law, and the limitations are that this law is not valid for the elements that have atomic masses higher than calcium. So this law is applicable till calcium element, and elements that were discovered later after the discovery of this table, they could not be accommodated in this table, as the noble gases, they were discovered later. So it was difficult to adjust the noble gases in the given table, and that is why Newland's law of octave also failed. But this formed the basis for further studies, that we can see the elements according to their atomic masses, or we can study the properties of the elements having one criteria in mind of their atomic masses. So this is it about today's lecture. Now let us see today's homework. So in your homework, as we have done the first topic of your NCERT book today, so you have the in-text questions of page number 80, I guess. You have 3 questions in total. So question number 1 is, did Dobrunier's triad also exist in the column of Newland's octave? Second, what are the limitations of Dobrunier's classification? Third, what are the limitations of Newland's law of octaves? So this was the homework for you. I have given some of the pretext and thought questions to you along with the assignment solutions that I gave you on Monday. But the solutions of the pretext and thought questions I have made separately. So you will find a separate video for the solutions of pretext and thought questions. So in the next lecture we will do the Mendeleev's periodic table. Till then, take care and goodbye.